Here we are.
Right, we're live.
Live.
No one's obviously in right now, but I got my cards here all set up. Even a few that I didn't tell you I had.
Oh, you snuck some in. I might have to run over to my shelf back there and grab some more.
You only got a few there. I don't see too many.
Yeah, back
Right.
there. The only problem is it'll take me an hour to find what one I'm looking for.
That's how it is for me right now. It takes like 2 days just to find one card. It's horrible.
I know, especially like if it's not a card that I have top loaded. Like all the cards I have top loaded, I have them separated by team, you know. But if it's like something that I just have penny sleeved or not top loaded, they're in all those boxes back there, and I have it's just mixed and matched. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It might take me 2 hours to find one card that I know I have, but I don't know where it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So basically, we're going live. Me and Jim is because we're gonna take part in two VRs, and one of them is a Brouhaha, where you're supposed to go on with a friend. And the reason why I invited Jim was because he's one of the first YouTubers I connected with on YouTube. And everyone that knows Jim has done a trade with Jim, knows how friendly he is, how ingrained he is with the community. And Jim, what makes you so friendly with everyone?
I don't know, man, because I'm not friendly with people ordinarily, but you know, I come on YouTube and I just figure I better be friendly with people. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke, but no, you know, it is what it is. Just
Yeah.
people are nice. Everyone's nice to me, so I'm gonna be nice back.
And you're really generous, to say the least, very generous. And
Yes.
what I'm sorry, one of the things that you were generous with me was we did a trade, and that's how we became friends. Was I reached out to you for a trade, and you had
Yeah.
no problem with trading with me, and it was a little bit almost like a blind trade, but it was cool. It was like one of the first trades I was a part of on YouTube.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I've never really traded. It's like still one of my only trades because for some reason I just don't really ever trade at all. Never really have, you know, since when I was a kid and I collected, I traded all the time, you know, like we all did. But I mean, since you know now, I just don't really trade with people. It's just like, you know, if I have a card, if it's an extra card, if somebody needs it or whatever, I'll just send it to you. And if you want to send me something back, go ahead. And if not, that's fine too. You know.
Right. So just to show you, Jim had a video where he was sharing some cards, and one of the cards he shared was this one, and he said he had a bunch of these, and another one was a Derek Jeter second year rookie cup card. So when he said he had a couple of these, I just reached out to him on the comments and I
Just
said,
a couple.
hey,
Just a couple.
just a couple. So I said, hey, are you willing to trade? Because I don't have those two and I'd love to have them. And that was it. Just a little back and forth. And that's how we became friends. So then part of this VR that the Brouhaha is about, which Scott, Eddie, Tony Black, and who am I missing? I know I'm missing one. Oh, Eric, 4-leaf cards. Part of it is they want you to do it with a friend because they always want people united. And one of the things that Scott did was he did a Brouhaha in the past. This time it's with 4 people. So they want to know what united us. This card started it, and then we did a trade. Do you want to show like what united us as far as like the main card you got?
Yeah, sure. The main card that I got was this 1964 Topps Willie Stargell, and it was raw at the time. And actually, I was just getting ready to send in a PSA submission right when we made the trade, and like the day before I was getting ready to send it out, this card came, so I stuck it in the submission and had it graded. But yeah, it's a beautiful card. 64 Topps Willie Stargell.
His second year card.
I just love that card, man. It's a great card. It looks great, and in fact, it got graded a 5, and I think it could have even possibly have gotten a 6. But I mean, you know, it may be properly graded out of 5, but I mean, it looks great for a 5 as far as I'm concerned.
Right, and mine is a 5.
There
So
you go.
the thing was, I offered you that card was because I bought that one first raw, and then you know how you don't take your watch list off, and
Oh yeah,
eventually this one came up, and it was so low at the time. I just decided to throw something in there, and lo and behold, I won it
yeah,
for the
yeah.
same amount. I bought that one raw, and it was basically lower than going rate that I won this one. So it made that one expendable, which is why I offered it to you. But
Sure, sure.
it got me some really cool cards. It wasn't just this that I traded for. I sent you some stuff, but some cards you stuck in there that I'm really happy with is this Ken Griffey Jr., the bubble gum. This is a very iconic card.
That's an awesome card. Yeah, I love that card.
Yeah.
I
like
forget
it
to
too.
pull that one out. I got that one back there somewhere. In my top loaded boxes there.
You
Yeah,
remember sending me this? Send me 2 rookie cards. This Edgar Martinez rookie card, and you also sent me this Cal Ripken rookie card.
oh yeah, yep. The Cal Ripken, that was one of the ones you had asked me about originally too. And
Right.
I had those expendable because I had graded I graded that one that you have, and I graded this one too. And this one I think that one got an 8 and this one was a 9. So I had that one expendable. And so that way I was able to pot with that. And I also had this one here. So we were good with that, you know.
Right.
Is
And then, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say Don, I saw the comment from Don. He's happy about the yeah, he likes to see Willie Stodgel.
Yeah, and then I'll show you one last one after this one. So you also sent me a Gleyber Torres rookie card, which at the time Gleyber Torres was like the darling rookie of the Yankees.
He was the darling that year, that's for sure.
And you also sent me this. Do you mind telling me the story behind this one?
Well, there's a very short story. I mean, you know, if you're drinking heavily, you get your head up your ass, and you're getting ready to do a PSA submission, you could easily get that card there confused for Gleyber Torres. There was a lot of drinking involved right at the time I was getting my PSA submission ready. That's the only excuse I can give you.
And what I love was I think you did the video where you got back your PSA submission and you were like sour because some cards didn't come up to the level that you thought they were. And this one, the one that you didn't mean to send in gets a 10.
Yeah, well, at least if it's got to go, it's at least if it gets a 10, you know, it's got to be some saving grace there, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
then
fun.
As a Red Sox fan, you end up doing me really well with my Donnie collection. You sent me this one, not Donnie live stream, but more like Donnie baseball here.
Oh yeah, I just stuck that in there because I knew you were a big Mattingly fan, so I said better to you than in my collection.
And then this past Christmas, you end up giving me his autograph. So you are really hooking me up with the Don Mattingly collection.
Up with the Mattingly collection, yep.
Definitely.
You got to do it.
So now, Scott and Eric did something a while ago where they wanted to show something in common between both their teams. Yep. And this is going to be in honor of them, being that the Red Sox and the Yankees have such a strong rivalry. And it's one of the things that keeps me and Jim connected when we poke fun at each other. So we're going to do something in honor of them also, where we show players that play for both teams, and we're going to show a card from the Yankees for me and for the Red Sox for Jim. But before that, I want to get into one last thing. We're going to answer for Mr. Fisherbike a VR for him, where he wanted to know what brought us into collecting. And then there's a second part, what gravitates us to watching YouTube content, and why do we like to follow those channels and the content. So we're both going to answer this. So it's going to be a 2-part VR. So yes. Jim, I'm going to ask you, what started you with collecting?
Okay, so yeah, definitely. You know, when I was a kid, obviously I collected. Going back to probably 3rd or 4th grade, you know, kids were coming to school, and I was starting to get into sports at the time, and a couple of my friends, they come to school and they're bringing baseball cards, football cards too at the time, and it was, I'm starting to look at them and really get into it. So of course you go home and you're nagging your parents. I gotta get some baseball cards. I gotta get some baseball cards. So you go to the market and you find the baseball cards, and your mom has to buy you some. So that started me out, when I was a kid, and naturally, I collected from that time heavily, in the 80s, really heavy collecting, and even into the 90s, right, pretty much through the 90s. And probably in the early 2000s, maybe 03 or so, I had kids, I had a house, struggling to make ends meet, and I wasn't really into it anymore. I wasn't really collecting. I just pretty much kind of got out of the hobby altogether. Didn't have time, didn't have any ancillary funds, and so I just got out of the hobby altogether, and put all my cards went into storage. My dad had a storage unit, and all the cards, they went into the storage unit. I don't know, there was probably 50,000 cards, some crazy, ridiculous amount. And they sat there for 17, 18 years until actually it was the weekend of New Year's Eve weekend, 2018. So New Year's going into 2019 from 2018, I was talking to my wife, and I said, I got all these cards, and they're just taking up space, and I think I'm just going to get rid of them. I'm just going to get rid of everything and just be done with it. And, at that point, I didn't even know there was a hobby that existed anymore. I just didn't even think that anybody was even collecting cards anymore. I didn't have any idea. So what I did was I went and I got everything out of storage, and I figured I'll put up an ad on Facebook or, Craigslist or whatever, and just try and get what I can get for this stuff. And that's it. So what happened was I started looking through the stuff, and, I'm getting all these memories back from collecting when I was young, and I'm, seeing all these players that I admired when I was growing up, and, all these feelings started coming back to me. And so I said, what the heck? I said, let me jump on YouTube. And, I just jumped on YouTube and I just put in search baseball cards. And the first thing that came up was Silver Jackify. And so I jumped on his channel. And man, that guy, he's got a lot of enthusiasm, and he's just a great guy. And I actually just started watching his videos, and I'm like, holy shit. I couldn't believe how many people were into it. And he's getting like hundreds of views on his videos, and he's showing all these awesome cards and talking about collecting and all this stuff. And so, man, I just sat there and literally just looked through thousands of cards for like 2 days straight while I was watching. I think I watched all of his videos that weekend, and it was pretty cool. What did I say? Something bad?
I'm not going to repeat what you said, but you are using colorful language.
Right. So that's what happened. And then I just, I said, the heck with it. It all came back, and all of a sudden I was hooked again, and I started watching. Now I'm saying, yeah, this is pretty cool. And so I started watching other people, those back pages, and Baseball Collector Mike, and I just got sucked back in, and that's been it ever since. So
right,
that's my story.
For me, I guess to answer that same question from Jason, I started when I was a little kid, and I would hang out with my friends, and we would flip cards. So it's like, early gambling, and we would bring our stacks. Everyone would bring their stacks, and we would just flip and try to walk away with the other kids' stacks.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would lose my stack, and it'd be right back to the store asking my mom for like $1 or $2, and I'd go buy some more packs, and then go look to win another stack here and there. And it was just basically like that. But I would beat up my cards. I never gave no thoughts that these things would be worth money in the future. It was more of like a ego thing, bragging rights that I basically won your stack whenever I did, or go home with the tail between your legs whenever you lost all those cards. But it was basically early age gambling. And then afterwards, it turned into the hunt. I remember looking for Ricky Henderson, rookie. I think I could remember Ricky Henderson was one. I remember Eddie Murray was another, but I didn't open packs for Eddie Murray. I just remember knowing his name was like a big search card when I was younger. And then afterwards, it was Don Mattingly, obviously because he was a Yankee, and a few others, Jose Canseco after that, and it was after Roger Clemens, Doc Gooden. Those were big names. I remember search cards,
Mhm.
and it was fun trying to get those guys, but I could never get those guys. I could
Yeah.
never. I don't have rip luck. I don't know. Even now, when
Yeah.
I rip boxes, and it's just I never get the search cards, so I never get a big hit. So I just don't have the luck. But that was how I got into it. I'm not going to get into how I got back into it now, but I guess his question is more about how we got into it, period. And it was just mainly because of my friends, and it was something we did as friends. I also collected comic books. So collecting was in my blood early on. I
Yeah.
collected Star Wars figures, I remember, with toys. So collecting was always He-Man figures, GI Joe figures, all of that. So that's collecting for me in a nutshell when I was younger.
For sure. For sure. It seems
So
like, yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish up.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you the second part, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's just, it just seems like that's the way it is with all most collectors. I mean, you don't just collect one thing. I mean, you collect all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I never got into football or basketball. It was always baseball. That's the only thing I could recall was it was baseball or nothing.
Yeah,
And
I did a little football, but not too much, a little basketball, but mostly 95% baseball too, I would say.
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I guess the second part that Jason wants to know for his VR is what do you look for content wise on YouTube, and what keeps you coming back to it? I don't know. He told me earlier, I spoke to him. What makes us watch videos and keeps us coming back? That's the question. So, Jim, would you like to answer that?
Sure. Basically, what makes me watch videos, a lot of the videos that I try to watch is anything that I can learn about, anything, especially in the vintage realm, any new sets that I'm not familiar with, or, the old time players that I don't really know that much about, tobacco cards, things like that, that I can always, I'm always trying to learn about that stuff. And those type of videos, I'm definitely attracted to. And also just, people who are collectors and they're really passionate about what they're doing and what they're collecting. I like to see that too. So those type of videos, I don't mind watching either. And that's what keeps me coming back as well. I mean, if someone's not really passionate about it, or it's not where I'm learning or seeing things that I don't know about, I might not be so eager to go back so quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah,
definitely.
right.
I'm a little bit the same way, like what you answered. The only thing I could say is what I'm passionate about, or also learning, or maybe seeing channels that how they present things, and just see things in a different light per se. Um, that sometimes makes me gravitate, but I like a little of everything. I steered away from ripping. I used to see ripping channels a little bit more before when I first started watching YouTube again, but now not as much. Like that doesn't really do anything for me like it
Yeah,
used to. So it's more just watching content creators, seeing what they're into, because everyone's into different things sometimes. Even if you do collect similar, like with me, vintage or something like that, it's like you see people who collect vintage, but they'll collect something that's rare. Or like Dom, he tends to gravitate to the rarer stuff like Rick,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. So I like to see someone young like that that is fascinated with something that I never even fathomed getting into till later on in collecting.
yeah, for
Or
sure.
the enthusiasm of Liam, Junior Baseball Fanatic 12.
Yep,
I love his enthusiasm and the fact that he does it with his family all the time.
it's
I
awesome.
love his channel because of that. And then there's other things like with knowledge and like Orlando, who he has so much time in the hobby as a collector and dealer that his knowledge is very profound. Obviously, Mangini, you could always go to him for knowledge. I like people who collect like player collectors. That's interesting to see how many of the same player they could find. John Wade
Amazing.
Boggs, obviously, but I like just different people who collect things. And what keeps me coming back is when their passion hits the roof after they have like that moment where they finally got the grail card to them, what they were looking for. Or like with Jason when he met uh, Evan Longoria and got a signed sneaker for a trade that he did, and
Yeah,
his reaction was priceless. So
exactly.
there's one in a moment times where you feel really happy for someone,
For sure.
or like Lou Rock when he got the Roy Campanella card for Christmas, and he was almost, he was brought to tears. He was crying like a blubbering baby, but we're not gonna go too far into that. But that was fun to see. So when someone finally either puts a set together or a collection together, or just to see that journey with them is pretty cool.
Yeah, I just saw recently also along those lines. I saw Jimmy Gunn sent Pepino Man Mickey Cochran card that he had been wanting for a long, long time, and he got real happy and kind of almost emotional about it. That was awesome to see.
Yeah, Don is another one. When I see him put together another case and the theme that he has going on, where he's putting a set together of just Hall of Famers, and he finally gets it together, and he goes all the way to build a case for it. That's pretty cool. Another one is Terry. Terry, I love because his passion is through the roof for how he collects and what he looks for in the card, because that resonates to me a lot. I like the way a card looks a lot sometimes, and
Right.
in to hear how he gets into it. TJ Mack, you got to go sub up to him.
He,
The way he looks at cards is
he's got a really unique way of looking and describing cards too. Like he'll talk about a card and he'll talk about a little detail on the card, and I'm like, shit, man, I never even noticed that, and I have that card, and I never even realized that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's true. It's the littlest detail, even like the color palette that they use, or
Yep.
something that you don't really pay attention to sometimes, but he's able to find love and passion in the nuances, or sometimes he just puts them together because it was like the pitching rotation of a
Yep.
certain championship year, or because it's the three goalies of the era that did this, or the two running backs that did something together. It's really cool what
Yeah.
Terry does on his channel. So with that being said, we answered two VRs, the Brouhaha and Jason Mr. Fisherbike. Now we're going to get into what we have in common as far as Yankees and Red Sox rivalry, and that's we're going to share players that played both teams and what we, I guess, remember about them. So you can start it off, Jim. Who do you got there? And I'll try to match them up.
Alrighty. I guess I'll go with the one that I have right on top here. It's
Babe
and
Ruth.
that's a game used game one patch there from the 1918 World Series.
Nice. I guess I'll show you his Yankee version in
Nice.
Galleries of Hero card, which is pretty
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, I love that card.
I'm trying to work on this set. I'm about 3 players away
I
from
remember.
completing the mini set, but this insert set is one that I really love. I want to figure out a way to display them where light shines through them. I haven't figured out yet. Maybe I'll
Yeah,
do a clear
those are
frame.
beautiful cards. That's for sure.
Yeah, I remember you picked up, I think, the Ted Williams, right?
Ted Williams. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you were real happy with that card.
yeah, yeah. So we got the Babe Ruth. You didn't bust out the Gaudi, huh?
No, 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 no. We're just gonna keep it simple here. Keep it simple. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if you have this one ready, but a player that we share with our teams is Sparky Lyle. Do you have him with his Red Sox uniform there?
Ooh, yeah.
This is a cool one where he has the tobacco wad in the mouth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's looking waiting to get called in. He's out in the bullpen with his jacket on.
Oh, you got a 1970. Nice.
70. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh. Yeah.
Very nice.
What a terrible trade that was, let me tell you. I don't know. It wasn't as bad as the Babe Ruth trade, but it wasn't a good one. They should have just stopped trading with the Yankees right after that Ruth trade. It should have been over. They shouldn't have even bothered anymore.
Speaking of ex-Yankee that you're probably very fond of, let's go with one of your favorite Yankees, and that is right here, Wade Boggs.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of very memorable moments as a Yankee, I'm sure, and no other team, just the Yankees, because he helped us win a nice championship in 1996.
Yeah, and he didn't even fall off the horse.
No, it's an autograph version in pinstripes. How does that? Nice. That looks nice, right, Jim?
That's nice that you got it autographed.
Where do you got him there?
I got his rookie card here.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
You know, that's one rookie card I have yet to pick up.
Yeah, the tops, yeah.
I only think I have a Ryan Sandberg in the 83 set rookies. I don't have Tony Gwynn nor Wade Boggs.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead, Jim, bring out the next one. Who do you got?
Right. I'll go with the...
Oh, wait. Before you... What's your favorite memory of Wade Boggs?
I saw him play when he was in the minor leagues before he got called up to the Red Sox. He was in AAA over in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. The Pawtucket Red Sox used to play over there, and we used to go quite often in the summer to watch the games. And I actually remember seeing him. I actually got his autograph on a program from when he was in the minor leagues. So that was a great memory. And of course, I remember when he got called up and he took over for Connie Lansford, I believe. And he started right out the gate. He started, banging line drives off the Green Monster. And, you knew right away he was going to be a great hitter. And that's pretty much, I have a lot of memories of him playing, obviously, but just from seeing him playing in the minor leagues and getting his autograph and watching him come along as a rookie would be some good memories, I would say, from him.
And all those batting titles he won, it was him and Gwynn as the two best hitters for a long while there in the 80s.
It was, yeah, him and Gwynn and George Brett too.
George Brett, Rock Carew was a little bit older then.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I remember Don Mattingly could never get the hitting crown was because Wade Boggs was always like 20 points ahead. It was like he couldn't even compete for the batting title with Wade Boggs there.
Yeah, he was just so good. He wouldn't, a lot of times he wouldn't even swing until he had 2 strikes on him, and he would, he just knew the strike zone so good, and he could just, especially when he played in Boston, he just stick the bat out and just right off the wall left field, easy single or double even sometimes, and he made a living doing that, really.
Right. I still, my fondest memory is when they got him for the Yankees, and I was shocked because to me it was always Wade Boggs, Don Mattingly neck and neck for the batting title, for I guess batting supremacy for a little while there. Now they're on the same team, so that was like mind blowing to me when I was younger.
You probably hated him. You probably hated him before he was on the Yankees, and then all of a sudden you had to turn around your allegiance for him.
I never hated him, honestly. The Red Sox were like way better than the Yankees when the Red Sox was good. And then when the Yankees got good, the Red Sox started sucking. So it was like I never had any bitterness towards Wade Boggs. Like it wasn't like they had to go through the Red Sox to get, like in the 2000s when they had to go through the Red Sox to try to beat them. Like
Right.
it wasn't like that in the 80s. It's
I
like
just figured because he stopped your guy from winning the batting title.
it was tough, but I just respected him mainly. I was just like,
Yeah.
he's just really good. Like, and then to see him join forces was like mind blowing. But I knew his better days was over. So I'm
Him and
sorry.
him and Boggs and Mattingly only played like 1 or 2 years together, though.
Yeah,
Correct?
it was only a few years,
Yeah.
and then Mattingly retired. But you know, at least I got to see them together in the same lineup for a little while, even though it wasn't in their heyday. But it was cool. It was cool at least.
Yeah, sure.
So, who is the next one you want to bring up?
He didn't play for the Red Sox for very long, but I think he played 1 year.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson.
That's a cool one you have there too.
Yeah, I like it.
I have a few of Ricky, so I hope you don't mind because
No, go ahead.
I have several. I have the sports flick.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, so obviously there, if I do it that way, you'll see it.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
The 88, I have
88.
both versions of his 88. And this is the box bottom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's in really nice condition.
Yeah, it looks at.
I actually think about getting it graded now that those are becoming like a thing to have the box bottoms.
I know. I don't know how many of those old boxes I threw away. Never even cut them out.
Right? And that's Ricky with an all-star scorecard.
That's a nice card. Yeah.
And let me see. Here's a cool one. The Don Russ where he looks nice and happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, he was always happy.
There were times he didn't end terms happily with the Yankees. So
well, he
played.
He had some rough teams when he played. They struggled through those years.
Yeah, they had a nice lineup. They just couldn't get a pitching staff for the Yankees.
Yeah.
And then for the Red Sox, he was already over the hill, right?
Yeah, he still wasn't bad though. I mean, even over the hill, he was always good. But I mean, yeah, he was at the end of his career. I think he might have only played like 1 or 2 seasons after that.
Right.
I think he played for just about everyone, man. That guy played for a lot of different teams.
A lot, like 10 uniforms, I think.
Yeah.
All right, I got one for you. Someone who helped construct the team that got us the championship, Bob Watson.
Oh, Bob Watson. I didn't get it. I don't think I have Bob Watson.
No?
No.
I thought you had a Bob Watson.
I don't.
Okay.
I do. Bob Watson, he became the he was a big shot in the MLB office, wasn't he?
Yeah. So okay, I think we got this one.
Oh,
Luis El Tiante.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I got
Eddie, Tony, I think everybody. Scott came in. Are we missing Eric Fourleaf? That's a nice Tiante. That's a nice one. If you were to get that autograph by him.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah.
Very nice. Maybe Tony could help you TTM that one with El Tiante.
Yeah, I'll have him sign the slab.
Right? All right. So let me see if I find one more that brings some fond memories to us. How about this guy right here? Canseco, who played for both our teams.
Yeah. The funniest thing I remember about him was I think he was playing for Texas at the time. He went back to catch a pop fly at the wall, and the ball hit him in the head and bounced into the stands for a home run.
Right. Did you find yours?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
a cool one. This one I like a lot because he's right there meeting the ball.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one too.
He struck out a lot with the Yankees, man. He struck out a lot.
Well, he wanted to hit a home run every time, so
Yeah, but
hacking away at everything.
I believe the Yankees took him because they didn't want the Red Sox to grab him.
Oh really?
They didn't need him. They didn't need him. So once they got him, they couldn't even play him.
That's never a good thing.
Yeah, they were playing keep away.
I guess.
All right, show me one, I guess, and I'll look for one. You have to show me that guy.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of Roger Clemens.
Oh, I was until he went to the Yankees.
Here you go. I got this one.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, I like those holographics cards. Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
And then I got this one. This one's pretty cool because it has like a like the lines on it are like refractor.
Yeah.
But he was so good for you guys. I remember him and Gooden being the guys in the mid 80s.
Oh yeah.
Then he took steroids and he does this thing with Toronto.
He was still good. Yeah, he was good too. He was good on the Yankees too, actually.
But he was going downhill right when he left the Red Sox because he had like 2 bad years, right? Or so years.
Yeah, he was kind of had some injuries and nagging injuries. And yeah, he had a couple of down seasons, but I don't think he was going downhill. But I mean,
you think he started injecting at that time and found the fountain of youth?
He probably did when Canseco was his teammate on the Red Sox. He probably introduced a lot of those guys to that shit. I would imagine.
But here I have one of him laughing after he threw a bat at Piazza.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. What the heck was he thinking when he did that?
That was the roid rage.
Must have been something like that, I'm sure. You throw a broken bat at a guy, jeez. It's not enough you get a chance to hit the guy when he's standing in the batter's box. And now you're trying to hit him with a bat.
All right, I got a favorite Yankee for you.
Bucky, bleeping Dent. Yeah. He's my favorite.
My bad. I don't know how that got in there. I'm sorry.
Bucky bleeping Dent.
That was a mistake.
They still refer to him that way around here, you know.
I don't know how that got in there. All right, I got one for you.
Hey, he was at the playoff game last year when the Red Sox and the Yankees played.
This one crushed my heart one year.
Is that Johnny Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one as a caveman?
I got him. Yep. Hang on. Yeah. Oops.
Don loves what I just did.
Yeah, I bet he does.
There, he looks like a little caveman right there.
Yeah.
Man, when he hit that home run, holy crap, man. He crushed my heart, man. That finished 4-game sweep after we were up 3-0, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was great.
Hey, Vox, how you doing? So, guys, show the next one.
Okay. Where do you want to go from here? Let me see what else I got here. Let's go with this guy.
David Wells. The Boomer.
He was quite a character, too.
I like David Wells, honestly.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's a gamer.
Yeah, he was. He was pretty good. I didn't mind when he played on the Red Sox. He really wasn't that bad. I mean, there you go.
Helped us get that nice, perfect game. Boomer, he wore a Babe Ruth's hat in the game. They made him take it off.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
That was really cool for you to be able to step on Yankee Stadium with Babe Ruth's hat. And
Yeah.
it took a little cojones there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, he appreciated the history, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Right.
All right, I got the next guy here.
Who is that?
Rick Cerrone.
Ricky. I got one. I got a Rick.
Oh, nice.
I liked him. He was a good catcher.
He was a solid catcher.
He handled the pitching staff great.
Handled the pitching staff, gave you a little offense. He wasn't, an out or anything like that, but
right, he wasn't that great offensively, but yeah, what he lacked offensively, he made up for behind the plate and with the pitching, handling the pitches.
Oh my God, Brent, what are you doing to me with Jack McDowell in '95? Bringing him in instead of the great Mariano? That was because Buck Showalter didn't know what he had with Mariano yet. Just
crazy.
Bringing in some sour memories there. All right, I got one for you. Don Baylor.
Don Baylor. Oh, Don Baylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Yankee blue here. I like the way he looks in this Fleer card.
There you go.
Oh, you got a Fleer one too.
Similar, yeah.
Is that traded?
No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, it is. The update. Yep.
The update? That's so cool. We got the same year.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. I like to have him on the Red Sox too. He was pretty good when he played over there.
Yeah, Don Baylor had some pop, man. He
was good in the Yankees too. He was a good player, really, all around. He played, I think, for the Angels too.
Yeah. He won the MVP with them in '79.
Yeah, he was a solid player all the way around.
Yeah, he was. All right, I got this one here. Lee Smith.
Yep.
Great closer, Hall of Famer in 2019.
Great closer.
Only had a cup of coffee with the Yankees, but look at him there with the Red Sox.
Yeah, he was on the Red Sox for a few years, and he was, man, that guy had ice in his veins. He just nothing rattled him. He was just solid, man. You brought him in the ninth inning, and you knew the game was shut down. He just had the slow pace to him too, but man, he was great, a great closer.
The Yankees got rid of him was because he gave up a few home runs in the ninth inning, and it was almost unacceptable. So then they ended up going with Wetland afterwards. They signed Wetland, but I thought Lee Smith was great. Like everyone's gonna give up a few games here and there, but they were harsh graders with Lee Smith.
Yeah, what year was he on the Yankees? What year was that?
Like in the early 90s. In the 91, 92-ish, 93.
So he probably only played a few more years, maybe 2 or 3 more years after that?
No, he played for a little while. Into the late 90s, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Who that guy here?
For Boston. Hey, I knew you were a Boston guy.
No, I'm not.
Samuel Adams. So I'm gonna show the next one, but first of all, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
The Seattle Mariners have only had one captain in the history of their franchise. Do you know who it is? They've had some great players. Okay, so this next guy I'm going to show was named as the captain of the Seattle Mariners before the start of the 1986 season. And 112 games later, he was traded to the Red Sox.
Spike Owens.
Spike Owens.
Wow.
3 games after he was traded to the Red Sox, he tied the major league record for most runs scored in a game. He scored 6 runs in a 9-inning game, and he tied with like 14, 15 other guys.
Wow.
And, by the way, today is his birthday. He's 62 years old today.
Really? Happy birthday, Spike Owens.
Yeah.
He didn't do much with the Yankees.
Nah,
He was a little guy.
yeah, he wasn't really known for his offensive. He was more of a fielding. He was a solid fielder, but he didn't do much offensively.
Right. All right. How about this guy? He was pretty good. Tom Gordon.
Tom Gordon was great. Yep, Tom Gordon. He was another one. He came over to the Red Sox. He was a starter, and he got injured. I think he injured his elbow or something.
Hmm.
And then when he came back, they made him a closer, and he was lights out too.
What was his nickname?
Flash.
Flash. Flash Gordon.
Yeah, he was really good as a starter, but he was great as a closer.
Right. He
Yeah.
had good stuff. And he had that nose to toes curveball, which was pretty popular at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, do we have more, right? We have a little bit
I
more.
think I got two more,
Okay.
maybe three. I'm not
I
sure.
have this guy who's still playing, by the way, Eovaldi.
Oh yeah, Vivaldi. Oh yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, he was awesome in the playoffs a few years ago for the Red Sox. But he's another one. He's often injured, easily injured.
Don is asking, how do we have Spike Owen cards? That's how deep our collections are, right, Don?
Right.
We don't just collect Hall of Famers.
That's right, Don. We got a deep collections going over here.
All right. Who do you got next?
That might be it.
Oh, that's it?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. I had a whole stack of others to show just in case if you found some more. Just
so I brought to the table.
You don't have David Cone? He played for.
I don't have him in a Red Sox uniform. No, I don't.
Really?
I have him probably in every other uniform he wore, except maybe not the Yankees either. But I definitely know I have him in the Mets and the Royals.
Really? Here's a great Elston Howard.
Yeah.
I was hoping you had him.
He's only got one card in a Red Sox uniform. 1968 Topps. He's in a Red Sox uniform, and then he retired. He retired after the '67 season, I believe.
Right.
And then he was on the '68.
Scott is asking for Corey Kluber. I had him ready. I have him in my Yankees.
He doesn't have a card yet with the Red Sox.
And he's getting bombed with the Red Sox.
All the pitchers are.
Yeah, he is getting bombed.
Nah, they all.
Everybody loves El Tiante. You got any more Tiants?
I got I got his rookie card, and I got a bunch of cards. Yeah, I got quite a few, but I don't have them handy.
All right. He pitched a long while. For a while there, I thought he was a Hall of Famer, but then I looked at his career and it just wasn't
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
No.
Yeah, he should be.
He was like this to me. Like when I would see like a year to 3 years that were really good, and then a few suspect years. And I think you have to be a little more consistent.
Yeah, but you got to look at his numbers all told. At the end of the day, he had good numbers. I can't cite them, but I know he did, and his WAR is pretty high too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. He should be in there, man.
Yeah, well, for the Red Sox, I guess he's in the Red Sox.
Oh, yeah, you got to wear a Red Sox cap in there, yeah, for sure.
So that's basically going to be the VR for us. Anything else you want to discuss here, Jim, before we sign off?
I mean, whatever. Yeah, I don't care. I mean,
you getting excited for the National?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I got to get my airfare, but I'm going to do that this week or next week. I'm going to get my airfare and I'll be ready to go. I got my hotel ready. I got my VIP pass ready. I'm ready to go. Can't wait.
You don't mess around. You buy the passes before you buy the hotel or the flights. Like, what's
Well,
going
I got the hotel first, and then I bought the pass, but I still didn't get the flight yet. But that's okay. I get that. I'm gonna get that soon.
Okay. I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought anything. I decided I might go for like 2 days only, mainly for Thursday and Friday, so that maybe I could hang out with you guys at the greets. But I don't think I'm really gonna go for like cards as much. Like if I happen to find something that interests me, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
It's mainly for the friends why I would go this year is to just hang out with everyone. But there's a lot of people that aren't going this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least the card crew that I know, there's a few people that just aren't gonna make it.
Well, I think a lot. It was like regionally, kind of like people that live more out west tend to go more to that one, and people, they didn't go to the one that was in New Jersey because it's tougher to get to for them. So I don't know. I think a lot of times it depends, just regionally for people. What if it's close enough for them, they go, and if not, they don't.
Look, people are getting excited for Cleveland in 2024.
I'm looking forward to that. That should be a good time, and I think Scott said that he's going to put us all up at his place, so
Yeah,
we'll be all set there. We don't have to worry about a hotel or nothing.
right? Everyone in Scott's house, we're gonna watch them draw.
Yeah, I got the couch.
Yeah, and look, he's saying thanks so much, good job, because he's happy that we're inviting everyone over.
He's probably happy he got his shirt on too.
Free advertisement. The check better be in the mail there, Scott, or this will be the last time.
Royalties.
So he put party at my house. We're gonna be splattering paint everywhere. Paint all over his cardboards.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's gonna be it for the VRs. I want to thank Scott, Eddie, Eric, and Tony Black for doing the VR.
Yes,
The
guys.
Brouhaha. Yeah,
That was a great idea, by the way.
and then I saw Jake, who did the Brouhaha with Dom, which was pretty funny, and they wanted to make fun of the Misfits, which was pretty good. The one about Rick was pretty funny.
I saw that Jake was putting it out, but I didn't get to see it yet.
It's really good. He was basically putting on our faces and acting like us while Dom answered him. Like it was pretty good. I'm not gonna spoil it. It was pretty good. And then thanks to Jason, Mr. Fisherbike, who's holding his VR, and he wants to know why people watch what they watch and what keeps them coming back. And so, with that being said, thank you, Jim, for joining me for this as my longtime friend. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Just
it's always a pleasure.
Looking forward to future times to do trades with you and exchange gifts and meet up with you. So you're definitely one of my great ones that I met. 3 years now, right?
Absolutely, yeah. 3 years, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Hey.
great friendship, buddy.
Well, with that, I'm gonna sign off and wish everyone happy hunting when it comes to cards. I want
happy hunting.
Yeah, I want everyone to stay safe, be blessed. See you on the next one.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Go Red Sox.